Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Paul DeGregory. How's everybody doing? Hey, this particular subject matter is pretty interesting, and I'm going to talk about 5 key components of what it really takes that you should do every single day. You should not miss a day. And I tell you this because if you do these things, you're not only going to feel healthier, but you're going to feel stronger. You're going to feel better than you've ever done before. And it takes time. It takes about, I'd say, 21 days in order for you to really start to feel good and energized and get rid of some of your aches and pains like I got. I got a few aches and pains, and I try to get rid of them myself. But in any event, the number one thing that you got to do is you've got to develop good habits. And it takes 21 days to develop a good habit and 21 days to develop a bad habit. And when I talk about habits, let's think about this. Are they rich habits? So rich habits means that you exercise, you eat well, you drink 64 ounces of water a day, you brush your teeth. Those are rich habits. So I want you to think about that, and it takes 21 days. Once you develop a great habit, it's a game changer. I can tell you that. Number 2, communication. And that's communicating with everybody, whether it's your neighbor, whether it's your wife, whether it's your significant other, whether it's your husband, whether it's your coworkers, what's the people at work, the people in the grocery store, it really doesn't matter. Communication is absolutely important. And I want to say this to you. You don't have to necessarily communicate all the time, but you got to listen. You got to be a good listener. So I always say that you listen, ask, and listen very, very clearly. Number 3. In order to incorporate the bad habits, the good habits, the communication, exercise, diet, whatever it might be, you got to have massive amount of discipline. And I'm going to suggest this. Take small, bite-sized pieces. Don't try to do everything all at once. It doesn't work. Number 4, and that is an attitude. And sometimes you have a good attitude, sometimes you have a bad attitude. Depends on your situation. I'll give you an example. This morning I was at UPS, and the girl that was waiting on me, I would say, had a pretty bad attitude. You could just tell either she was frustrated, she was mad at something, she was overworked, she was overwhelmed, whatever it might be, but she didn't have a very good attitude, which in return I try to turn that around and make her have a good attitude, and I picked out 2 or 3 things that I really liked, and whether it was her hairstyle, her glasses, the way of how effective she was on the computer, and how she typed pretty fast, that kind of thing. So it's up to you. When you feel real good about yourself and you have the energy and the passion and the vitality, and you see somebody with a negative attitude, you don't know what they're thinking because you can't get inside their head. Number 5, your health. So I want to say this to you because if you don't have your health, you've got nothing. You can have all the money in the world that you want. You can have a beautiful home. You can have a chef. You can go out to dinner 5 nights a week, 7 nights, whatever it might be. But if you don't have your health, if you don't have energy, you don't have passion, game is over. So I really want you to focus on your health. That's part of your habits. Develop a good habit. Okay, I hope this helps. I hope you have a great day and you have a great week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.